Hello everyone! How are you guys? I'm excited for today. I have a lot of questions, and today I'm here with Shuanny. We're gonna have an amazing chat about indigenous people. So if you're curious, you will wanna know more languages, some myths that we're gonna, I hope, destroy today, right after our podcast intro. Hello, Shuanny. Thanks for being here.
Hi.
If you want to break the fourth wall, you can talk to this camera here.
Hi.
Okay. Before we start, I got a lot of questions to ask, but please introduce yourself.
Okay. So, I'm Shuanny. I'm 28 years old. I'm from Manaus, Amazonas, and I really like to be a teacher.
Nice. Let's start with these two things, but before, you are from Manaus, but you have been around, right?
Yeah.
Okay, how many different places, like cities, have you been?
Oh, from... I think I visit here,
Okay.
São Paulo.
São Paulo, okay.
I live in São Paulo nowadays.
Don't give the spoiler yet, okay.
It's okay. But I also visit Belém,
Okay.
yes, and Monte Verde.
Okay.
Yeah.
In English is weird, I know.
Was,
What were the differences that you noticed with the place you used to live there in Manaus and comparing here with São Paulo?
I think as many people always say that the routine, we have here in São Paulo workaholic culture.
That's true.
Yes, and you can see people smoking in front of the buildings. This is not usual in Manaus. The weather is totally different.
Really?
Yes.
But it's hot there too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
I think as 24 Celsius, it's colder. It's really cold in Manaus.
It's hotter there.
It's hotter than here. It's colder. The weather. And something that I really like here in São Paulo, it's especially in the city, is that you can be who you wanna be. And I really think this is a very interesting, because sometimes people don't pay attention on you, but this is the reason that you can be who you wanna be.
It's more cosmopolitan.
Yes,
so
a cosmopolitan thing, and then you can be yourself.
I never thought about it, because the fact that we have so many different people from different places, you kind of get used to diversity in a way. So you would say that the population there is more homogeneous in a way.
Yes. And another thing that I really think that's interesting here, and it's something that motivated me to move here, was the opportunities. I think it's something very interesting, and if you want to look for something, many different opportunities, you can move here.
You asked me before if I have ever visa there. I said not yet, but I want.
But you should,
Okay.
and you should go to quarantines.
Okay, this would be exactly my question. Where should I go, and what should I do there? What do you recommend? Not only me, if you are watching, you are welcome to. You will not go with me, okay? Don't misunderstand, but you can go too.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna recommend. The first place is in the Amazonas. The place is called Presidente Figueiredo. It's a place with like 150 waterfalls. It's a beautiful place, and oh my gosh, a lot of nature. I really love it. It's a place to connect with nature, stay there, to know about the food. This is the first place that you should go.
Okay, foods? I like foods. What type of food?
There is a sandwich in Amazonas that we call x-caboquinho.
Wait, she's what?
Yes, x-caboquinho.
Okay,
actually.
x-caboquinho or x-caboquinho?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a bread with a specific fruit that we have there that is called tucumã, with fried banana and cheese. So you have a mix of
I have. I don't know if I have an opinion about it.
because the cheese is salt, the banana is sweet,
Okay.
and the tucumã is not. It's between,
It's like a citric thing.
Yeah,
something
no citric. I don't know. I can't describe. You have to prove
say,
it.
say the name again. It's
Tucumã.
Tucumã.
Yes, it's TUCUMA.
Okay, I'm curious. I'm gonna search it online. Xcaboquinho, the name.
Yes.
Okay, and there is a polemic here in Brazil about the hot dog, and when there's a guest from another state, sometimes I ask this. How is the hot dog there? Do you have mashed potato in it?
No.
Come on, it's only here, guys.
It's only here. And I really like it. I think it's good. But there is different, and my husband's from here. So sometimes when he visits there, where's the mashed potato?
Is it complete?
Here? Yes.
Yeah, I have this feeling if I get a hot dog and there's only the bread and the wiener and like some, I don't know, sauce, I'll say, okay, where's the rest of it? Yes. But I know Brazilians, they get carried away when it's
and
about food. And
we don't say the translation to Portuguese as hot dog. We say another word. We say quicão. To call hot dog.
Quicão, this is important to know. I'm gonna look online and see what okay, quicão. All right, you told us you are also a teacher, and what made you interested about education? What led you there? You were a teacher here at times, I know, but before we go there, to be a teacher in general is something very specific. This is one of the bingos of the podcast. Every time we have a teacher, I say the same thing. People were doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then started teaching, life changed. That was me and many other teachers. The same with you?
Yes, it's the same. The same way. But I think I think education, it's a very powerful tool that can change everybody's life, and I think it's very important. I had my first teacher experience when I was 12 years
12?
old. Yes. I remember that I participated of a project in my school there in Manaus, and I remember that I helped teachers there with the younger students, and I really liked this experience. I studied forest engineering in college, and then I changed it because
forest engineering.
Yes, another thing.
No, it's very specific. What do you learn about this? It's like how to protect and preserve things.
How to protect and how to develop the nature and how to balance with the development.
So it's focused on sustainability.
Yes, sustainability, how you can transform the nature and give money, these kind of things, but with responsibility. So it's a very important.
How old were you?
I was 18.
Damn, and you have this idea already. Okay, interesting.
Yes.
Nice. And what you said you were 12. So were you the smart kid in the class that the other students come like, oh, there's a patch, help me here, something like that?
Nowadays, when I remember, I think it was like this. Oh, can you help me, please?
Did you charge it for it?
Yeah.
I used to be so with English, but I was very creative. So when we had to do like some group activities, write something or a project, I said, okay, I can create the things, but you present and you do this. It used to be like that. And later on, you moved to São Paulo.
Yes.
It was like that. And what was the main reason for you to come here?
As I said, I think the first thing was the opportunities, and another thing was love.
Really?
Lover made me come here, and I met my husband in Manaus, but then we had a long a long distance relationship, and then at some point I thought, okay,
So you see, guys, it can work.
yes, and love is a good thing. And then I wanna be a teacher here as well, and try a master, a post-graduation. So I thought, okay, maybe it's a good idea for me to go there. And then I came here, and Times was my first experience, so I'm very grateful for this.
And you're here today.
Yes.
Now we can dive a little bit in the education topic. Before we go to... Okay, help me here. It's Caritiana. If I butcher the pronunciation, guys, be patient with me, okay? But so... how was your experience teaching at Times? What did you feel? Because it was teaching adults who sometimes behave as kids in the class, the same things, but it is a little bit different than teaching teenagers and kids. But some things that we have to do in those classes, we also have to do with adults. So how did you feel, teaching English to them?
At Times,
yeah.
So, oh my gosh, I really missed to teach the song classes. I think I really missed the most, and I think it was a very good experience. I think the methodology, it's good, guys. So, and I think it was a good experience because even you teach the same song class but with different people, and sometimes with the same student we had different questions, different approach, so it was a really good experience.
Yeah, I'm suspicious to say anything about it.
Until nowadays, sometimes I'm listening a song, so
this
my
would be
gosh,
a nice class.
Song class, I remember this.
Yeah, it's the same. I'm listening sometimes something to the radio and I think, okay, I can work something out. One thing that we were talking before is about the school system in Brazil. So what are the main differences that you notice, like teaching in like a private school it's for adults, and like teaching for what is the
teenagers?
Teenagers.
Yes.
Okay, so it's like high school content, something like this.
Yes.
And what were the differences that you noticed there?
Okay, so the first thing is I used to only speak in English at Times. So when you go to a public school, you have to change some stuff like this. And I think, for example, at Times, the students, I felt that they were really motivated to study and to practice, to participate. It was a really good thing to see. And at public school, I have this. I have to be more constant about making them think why and the reasons they have to learn English.
It was tough for me in my first teaching experience. It was not a public school, but it was a school that I had to teach. Like I told you, many different kids, and they were there like with that poster. I'm just here because my mom asked me to, and I have to be here. Not like I really like this and I wanna learn this. So I became like the clown teacher, like doing jokes and
you
stuff.
have to create your own personality, another personality, to
hook their attention.
Yes.
They put those fuckers, they put a nickname on me. They said, it's the crazy teacher, the crazy one, because they had the computer teachers there, and I was the crazy one. A title I gladly accepted and embraced. So this was cool in terms of developing me as a teacher. So do you see a way in the future, for example, if you could do something to change a little bit education system here and make it more interesting for the kids? What would you like to do? Imagine you have like the superpower, you have this, and whatever you write is gonna be the law and people will follow.
In public school, it's very complex, but I think the first thing is the quantity of students that we have in the classroom, this is the first thing. I think it really should change. Like 20 students will be good or less. And the time
there were like 40 when
can
I
you
was
imagine
there.
teaching English? You know, it's very hard. And I think the first thing that I would do is this.
Okay. Reduce the groups.
Reduce the groups, and I said no. 4 or 5 minutes, 50 minutes to teach a subject. It's, oh my gosh. And I think I would change this as well. I would change the time. And, you know, the teachers' perspectives, you know, make them to get motivated and, you know,
yeah, it's tough.
the payment things.
The thing you mentioned that I really like is you told me that you had an experience that you made them understand the practical approach of English. You brought somebody from. Can you tell us that story?
Yes.
Because it was very intelligent. It was something that is the type of activity that if more schools adopted, I guess they will see, oh, okay, there is a reason that I'm learning this. I can actually use to, you know.
Yes, I think I came from this approach from college that is the use of the language. So it's like if you are communicating, guys, this is important. And you have to think why I'm gonna use this in real life. So every class that I teach dance, I always say that, guys, you can use this in this context, you can use this here and here and here. Okay, this is one part. And then I thought, how can I think to make them get really involved and think? And then I asked someone, a friend. He lives in New York, but he was visiting São Paulo. And then I asked him to visit the school and give them a lecture about how to move, about the exchange, about visa. So it was very, very, very good. They made a lot of questions. They got really, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do this.
That's nice.
I think this is why. And one thing that I think was very interesting was that they thought I have to study not only English, but I also have to study math, Portuguese, because this is very important. And one of my friend, he did a game with them, and one of my students won, and my friend gave him $1.
Okay.
And when he received the dollar, oh my gosh, he was like, oh my gosh, and
I can do this. Now I have $1. The first one to my million, you know.
And you know, this has changed my life. I think it was very important for them. It was very important for me because we did a lot of activities to make them think, to make them work. It was learning by doing.
You know what would be awesome if this student become one of those rich, very rich tycoons, you know, very rich person, and then like the Disney thing, Uncle Scrooge, you know, this we used to say Uncle Patinhas here, you know, Uncle Scrooge, yes. the name.
But
he
you
had
know,
the original dollar, and then he makes his first meal and said, okay. Teacher Shuanny, I have to.
But one thing that I told the difference between times in the public school is that I used to speak in English, you know, during the class. But last year, I had a class, they were 5 years old, 6.
Damn, very young.
And then I teach them only speaking English. It was a very good experience for me as well because I could practice my English with them, with, you know, easier.
No, of course.
Like, oh, good morning. But I had sometimes, no, only English now. And they were like, only English, teacher. No, only English, teacher. And then I taught them, how do you say? How can I say? Teacher. And it was amazing.
It's beautiful because
it was beautiful.
Kids, they sometimes I talk to students and I tell them, you have to think that we're learning your second language using your brain in the same way that you used naturally, spontaneously to learn your first one. And the key is you have to behave like a kid in class. Of course, being an adult, you have your background, you have a lot of memories that you can access to communicate. But the kids, they're very free. Because they are learning everything is new, they have this habit of committing mistakes and learning with the mistakes.
Yes.
As adults, somewhere in life, we have this kind of defense mechanism. Oh my God, if I commit a mistake, well, people will judge. And then we bring this to classroom. It's very, very damaging.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, guys, don't be shy.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
There was a video I watched years ago that was about school hacking, and it's like this: you transform school, and every activity is like practical. You're gonna learn math or physics, and you make a project, like you build something. There was I don't remember the name of the guy now, if it was Jonathan Haidt or some other psychologist, but he said something that for us it sounds preposterous, but it was something like this. 2 hours a day would be a sufficient time, and what happens? Kids stay 4 or 5 hours, I guess.
The place that I work, they spend like 9 hours.
Damn.
Can you imagine a teenager being there for many hours?
If they did like some high schools they do in other countries, for example, you have physical education class, you do stuff that is not only theory.
And you can decide what you want to learn.
Yes, exactly. This would be amazing. But it's like this, the kids are getting overwhelmed, you know. Now, let's talk a little bit about the main topic today, okay?
Yes, let's go.
Can you introduce us first to what do you exactly do? What is this book in front of you? And what took you there?
Okay.
Walk me through, please.
So, nowadays I'm pursuing a master. And I am producing a dictionary to Caritiana people using in their indigenous school.
Okay.
So I am working with lexicography, and it's a very good experience. It has been, and I work with indigenous stuff since 2018, since I was living in Amazon. And then this dictionary, it's a kind of social technology. So the Caritiana, they can use it on their cell phones, so on the computer, on the internet, and every person can access the dictionary.
You're making a bridge, basically. There.
Yes.
You mentioned, what's the name? Lexical what?
It's a area inside that I work. It's lexicography.
Lexicography.
Yes.
Because I remember lexical studies, but at the university, it was like the intention behind one specific word, and the lexical choice. Is something related to that?
It's the vocabulary. Basically, it's the vocabulary, and then so the words how, and it's a bilingualism dictionary. So I'm doing it's Caritiana and Portuguese, because if someone who is speaking Portuguese can also learn Caritiana.
Oh, this is interesting. Is there going to be like a digital version of it?
Yes,
it's like an app.
Like an app. So they can use it on their cell phones.
Okay, so I will be able to learn a few tricks too.
Yes.
Okay, and you mentioned the tribe that you stayed there. They relating to these school systems. How is their school system? What do they learn? How are the classes? What did you notice there?
So normally they have an indigenous school inside the community, and this is a very important thing, because there they can learn their own language, but they also need to learn Portuguese, because Portuguese is the standard language, and then they can have the access to go to the hospital. So
okay.
it
makes sense.
Yes, it's also important for them. And sometimes they have their own material. So this is why it's really important. People decide to work on indigenous stuff, because it's an area that really needs more researchers to work on this, to make their lives, I don't know, much better. And because Portuguese, it's a standard language, and some communities, the newborns and the kids, they don't learn their own language. So this is very important, the indigenous schools, and it's very important to develop research, a lot of works that can help, that can make them speak their language, because we have a number of language, but this is not the same of the, I'm sorry, the language, is not the same of the number of the people that say that they are indigenous, because they don't know. Sometimes you are indigenous person and you don't learn your own language, because anybody
it's the
there
other way around,
speaks there.
So in the community that you were, the standard language there was Portuguese, or was like a mixed thing?
Okay, so I worked with isolated community in Amazonas, and it's a community called Corubo. They are another group, and their own language is Corubo. They don't speak Portuguese.
How did you communicate?
Two people there. Yes, two people there, and it was a very interesting situation that, you are in a place that most of part of the people, they don't speak your own language, and you have to give a way to learn.
Man, okay, this is amazing, because it's exactly what happens to a lot of students when they learn English.
Yes.
And they say, oh, it's impossible, come on. And then I always ask the same question. When you were learning Portuguese, which language did you use to translate? And then you can see the windows, crash like and they say, and you're fluent in Portuguese now. So to communicate with them, or you had to talk to one of these two people, like a translator, or what did you used to do?
Point things.
Take notes. Okay, point. So
Point thing.
mimics.
Yes, mimics, a lot of mimics. And sometimes I remember that I asked them many times, oh, how do you say this? And then they said, and then I repeated it. It's like how to learn any language. In English, you have to listen and then repeat, listen and repeat. So,
and with the everyday contact, you start to internalize. And when you see, so did you manage to start like communicating their own language on a basic level, maybe something like this?
No, because it's a very different language. It's totally
no relation
I remember
whatsoever.
That I learned some words, but it's a big vocabulary.
What were the when you were trying to communicate? Did you notice any universal things? For example, if I do this,
yeah,
people imagine, problem, scared. If I do, I don't know, if I do this, for example, the person will understand something negative or bad.
Yes, they understood.
Like, so this is amazing, because even
it's the body language.
Exactly.
It's universal.
The non-verbal communication is really, really effective, I imagine.
Yes, and I spent there 1 month.
Okay.
Yes. And it was a very good experience, because we were collecting data from the language, we were working, we were recording, and this is something that linguistics do, to do a documentation from the language. And then we record, we asked them how to say, we asked them how to translate, and we also did an educational stuff with them, teaching Portuguese, because as I told you, it's very important for them. So
this is something very important to mention, because some people, like you told me before when I asked about the relation between their own culture and accessing technology and other stuff. Some people say, oh my god, why would you go there and teach Portuguese to them? Because the hospitals don't speak their own language, for example.
So
they will imagine like, oh, you are doing like something that will be a problem for their culture, and it's just a matter of access, right?
Yes, it's a way.
If you were English, it would be English. Spanish, right? It could be any other language.
And this is why the dictionary that I'm doing is also important, because...
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Anyone could go there and just like it, blah, 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 blah.
Yes, it's a social technology that they can use it, and I think it's... I'm not the only person who is doing a dictionary. There are other dictionaries that they are producing. If you wanna research, it's on... I'm gonna say Portuguese. It's on Museu Guild. They are doing.
Please don't translate that.
Yes, it's from Pará, and they are doing a really great job. And I think it's very, very important for the future, because the younger generations, they're not gonna use it like the computer. The indigenous people nowadays, they have their cell phones.
So true and so weird, because I had the idea, that the dichotomy was something like a notebook versus a laptop, something like this. But now it's not anymore. Like if you use a desktop computer or a laptop, it's old.
It's old.
They would do everything on their phones and stuff like that. Damn. And so you stayed in more than one community, right?
No, only one.
Okay.
But now I work with another community.
Okay.
Yes.
So the ones.
Yes.
The Caritiana. The Caritiana.
Yes.
Okay.
They are from Rondônia.
Okay.
And they belong to a Tupi family. It's a Tupi language as well. And it's a lot of work with them as well. I have my supervisor, and she wrote this book here, who is called Language, Indigenous, Traditional, University, and Diversity. So if you wanted to learn, if you wanted to start reading something about indigenous peoples, I think it's a good
what's her name? Luciana?
It's Luciana Stotto. But
Luciana Stotto, shout out to you. Thanks for the work.
Yes.
And you mentioned something very interesting, that when you say indigenous people in Brazil, they imagine that would be like one group with like a Control-C, Control-V. Let's start with these two that you had a closer contact. Can you tell us some of the differences that you noticed, like the habits or even the linguistic differences?
Yes. This is something that you said that is very important. I think we have one myth in our head that the indigenous people, they are only one group. They are very different. Even when they live nearby, they can have a different culture, different traditions.
Is there like any type of rivalry too? Like, you're my neighbor, but don't come here.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah?
Exactly.
So it's like
it can
a really
be like
close
yes.
group. Okay. It's like Brazilians and Argentinians.
Imagine, yes, it can be like quite similar. But this group, they are isolated. They are considered isolated. The first contact happened in 1996, which is very
30 years ago, something like that.
And another contact was in 2014 with another group. And this is one other thing. I think sometimes when you think they all live together in the same place, but no. Sometimes they belong to the same group, but one part lives here, another here, another here, another here. But they are family.
It's like a village, in a way.
Yes.
Okay.
But they are considered as isolated community.
Are they welcoming to foreigners?
Yes,
because
totally.
People imagine isolated, you will go there and like, oh, what the fuck you're doing here, and something like this.
I think it's because the work with some institutes and my teacher, my professor actually, that came in with me there, they were very welcome for me.
Nice.
I remember now they gave me a name. I think it was
so you have an indigenous name.
Yes, it was like Makuchan, something like this.
Makuchan.
Yes.
And then what is the meaning? That one that doesn't speak the language. I'm joking.
That was the foreigner. And then
you imagine like daughter of the moon. What does my name mean? The one that doesn't speak the language. I'm gonna change that. No, but do you know the meaning of it?
They didn't try to explain. And I said, no, it's because you have this, like you look like this person.
Nice.
And they were very nice with me. Especially the women there, they were very welcome.
Nice.
They were very. I think they taught me a lot of things about how to think not about yourself, think about the collective.
We were talking about this before because they are isolated, and I guess it's a more homogeneous community there. Like everybody does their own thing in a kind of like a gear in a car in a way, like in synchrony. They have not like this individual mindset of doing things, but they think as like a group identity, something like this. You have your part of your community, you have to do this, and the thing will function.
I remember that one day, one of them, they hunted a big animal. It was like a big animal, and he couldn't bring the animal alone, and then he asked to all the community to come there, and all the community were there to bring
I imagine it was a party after
the
that.
animal.
Like everybody was very happy.
Yeah, it was like this. It was very important for them because the hunt is something very important in indigenous culture, because they believe I'm gonna say not all the tribes, but many of them believe when they have a good times at hunting, is because they are doing the right thing. Everything is okay. So there are some rituals to the men to become hunters and to marriage as well.
So no Tinder there.
No Tinder. Yes.
Can you tell us a bit about this? This is very interesting too, because it's very, very different of what happens here. For example, to marry someone, you have to prove yourself in a way. You are capable of taking care of your family and people, right?
With this group, with the Kurubus group, I remember they don't have any specific type of ritual. I just remember that a president of the community, the leader that I remember that she said, "No, it's time for you to marriage. It's time for you to marriage. You're gonna marriage."
Oh, she picks up.
Yes, and there's something that they can have the same type of blood and something very complex. It's very complex when we study the family terms in indigenous. Is very complex. And then I remember they went to another place to get married and everything. But with Caritiana group, we have a ritual. They have to pass from something like this.
I'm thinking here, how many people were there in the community, in the group?
In this group, I think about 50.
50. So let's say the people that are in the age of getting married would be like 10, 15.
Yes.
Oh my God! So imagine like you are there living one of these people is gonna be my husband or my wife. Oh my God!
It's something that can happen. They can when they get older, they can get another woman.
Oh, true.
This is
so they
common.
Are
they have like two wives.
So, is there a way that you can influence the leader? Like, please, I would like to marry, or no?
I don't think so.
Damn. So the person is such a burden in a way.
Yes.
But again, this is, you see, that's exactly
This is another way.
No, this is exactly the question. I am thinking with a individualistic perspective. They have a sense of community. Like, marriage is not, I don't know, it's not just for me to be happy. I have to do something for the group.
Yes.
Damn, this is very interesting.
Yes. When we work with Indigenous group, you have to put away the way that you see the world and think another way, get out of the box. Totally. You told me about some things that changed you there. Can you tell us a little bit? And it would be nice for the myths, right? Because people have like this a lot of misconceptions. But when you were there, what were the most different things that you say? Oh my God, this makes total sense here. Maybe when I return, I'm gonna keep this with me. And because I don't know, no smartphones, no Netflix, no scrolling all the time. So what changed for you in this aspect? It was a very good experience. I think it changed many things in my life. One thing, as I told you, was the garbage thing. To think about is how much garbage we produce, because there wasn't, and then you have to put fire on everything. And another thing, it's about the cell phone part. Was something that made me think that I should use less my cell phone, because I remember that sometimes I had a dream and then I could think about my dream all day. I could remember
details. This is very the first thing that it means that your quality of sleep was superior.
Yes, was.
You were in that stage that your body can really relax, so you can. This is very nice.
And you can pay attention on your feelings, on yourself. And
would you wonder, like, go to the edge of a river and just
yes, like,
oh my God, life is crazy.
Exactly. And then the house was in front of a beautiful river, and then you could just like appreciate life.
Did you used to stargaze there? Because I imagine the sky must be the most beautiful thing there. You could see maybe falling stars.
It's like you can cry when you look at the sky. It was very, very beautiful. And as I said, the house was in front of the river, so the sky was here full of stars. Man. And then the river was reflecting the stars. And I remember to think, oh my gosh, I am so small in front of the world, because
Oh, this is a very interesting feeling. I remember when I was at the beach with some friends. I was a teenager, and we were by the pool, and the sky was like this, and we started. Do you think it's like eternal, man? Or we started having, we were not smoking anything, but we had this exactly feeling that when you stop to think, it's crazy that you are in a massive ball that is spinning in this massive universe. You start to feel like, tiny.
Just a tiny thing.
And so, damn, it's a very nice feeling, because I imagine you were anxious there about the practical things. Like you said, take a shower in the river, there could be a python there. Like, okay, stuff like that.
No. This part was, I really miss it to take a good bath. So the first thing that I did when I arrived at my house was this. Oh, I need a good shower.
Makes sense. And what were the difference? What are the difference that you can share with us about the indigenous languages to one group to the other group? These two that you had a closer contact, for example.
Something with some languages is that I know some stuff that like some language, they look like Chinese language when we talk about structure. This is something.
You mean that like a verb,
like the object, the verb. Sometimes the verbs they are in the end, and then the object here, the subject is another thing.
Verb conjugation, for example, the past tense is the same or very different.
So. It's very different. Sometimes numbers the way that they count the nature is different.
This I heard from that anthropologist that I mentioned, the missionary that was... I don't even know how to say it's you can search on YouTube, but it's basically the missionary that wanted to convert the tribe because of their language and their ways. He became an atheist.
Yes.
And there was something related to a tribe that doesn't have a past in the I saw something about this too. They don't have like a past tense. So how you communicate without using a past tense? It's like...
Exactly. So sometimes they don't have, or the way that we learn Portuguese in the school is not the same. You have to rebuild everything if you wanna work with indigenous language.
This is very interesting. Because I imagine it probably makes your brain expand, because you thinking our language, it shapes the way we see the word, or maybe the way we see the word shapes our language in a way that so in this more like a broader perspective, what are the main differences in the way they see the word comparing to us here?
I think the idea of one God is something that sometimes they create myths. They create gods that normally they are related or they are connected with nature. So the sun, the forest, some specific animal can be a god, or this is one goddess. So it's another way to see the world. I think we have to. And I think the anthropologists, they really like to work with this. The family stuff, for example, with the group that I work in, there is one way if a woman say father and if the man say father.
Really? It's like a different word for each gender. Words. Interesting.
So it's very different.
I heard something. I have this friend.
Is Russia has the same?
I don't know.
I think so.
They're laughing because every time somebody mentions Russia, I like to do the accent thing, but I'm not going to do it today. I'm not gonna do the Russian accent, so forget it, guys. I will hold my horses now. Anyways, damn, I lost. Oh no, I got back. I almost got sidetracked. I would say something like this. I have this acquaintance that he studies like this branch of biology that I like so much. And he was mentioning something that maybe you can share with us. We have this idea of a traditional family is like the husband, the wife, and the kids. But there's like a group thing, right?
Yes, there's a group thing.
Everybody takes care of everybody. Everybody
can take care. And with the Cartiana, the son. Okay. We have the son. He has the same name of the grandfathers because he is the grandfather's son.
Okay, so it's like, for example, my name is Will. My son is Wilson.
Yes.
And the grandson will be Wilson's son.
Exactly.
Something like that.
Exactly.
So your last name shows the relation with the family member.
With the family member, especially with your grandpa.
Interesting. So it's like it's a matter of, I imagine like a respect thing in a way.
Yes. I think this is very different, the family part. And they have the rituals. I think it's another thing that is very interesting.
What did you see there? What were the rituals that you saw?
So I didn't participate because with the Kurubus group, the women, they can't participate. They can't at all. But they said, okay, you are here and you can participate because
really?
Yes,
so
and
they were open-minded.
Liked me. In the end of this experience, they wanna they come to me and they say, okay, can you live with us? We can build a house for you here, And you can live here, you can stay here for 3-4 months. Then you visit your family, and then you come back. Okay? And I said, I'm sorry.
Nice. So you really caused a good impression. That's nice.
Yes, I really miss them. They were a very good group.
Nice. So, what did you see in the ritual there?
Okay, so they had this, this tree, and I remember that they did a tea there, and they drink the tea because they can see the spirituals in the forest. Oh, it was one of those teas. Yeah, but not this one specifically that I forgot the name now.
I know, the people say about ayahuasca.
Yes, ayahuasca. Yeah, exactly. It was a type of ayahuasca, and then you could connect with the nature, and then you can go to hunt.
They hunt high on this tea?
Yes.
Damn, that's so... and you took the tea?
Yes, I took the tea.
Okay, tell me if it makes sense. Did you lose the sense of self, like you are not Shuanny, you are something else connected to everything?
No, exactly.
Okay,
no, exactly. I think you tasted really good.
But
I think I was like, oh, nature is amazing. But not like this, I was like, okay, very good.
Okay,
very good.
Beholding everything.
Yes.
So I guess what it will do, maybe put you more in the present, like enhance your senses in a way.
Exactly. And it was something. It's something to socialize as well.
Yeah.
For them.
Let's think in a very logical way. This is, I don't know, thousands of years of traditions, maybe.
Yes.
Because, like you said, it's isolated, and I imagine their culture is like orally passing from one generation to the other. If it was something that get you drunk or high, you wouldn't use for hunting.
Yes.
Maybe for the honeymoon, who knows? but like, because imagine you see like, I'm starving, I'm very hungry, and there's a bird, and like, no, it makes no sense. So probably grounds you in the present, and
But the Caritiana, they have the shisha tea. It's another type of tea.
Don't drink it by yourself. Don't Google it.
So it's another thing to, as I said, to hunt, to connect with nature, and this is something that I think it's very special, and I have my perspective from people that drinks ayahuasca. I think sometimes they don't know this part of to connect the nature.
It's so natural to them, I guess, right?
It's nature. And sometimes when I see, you're not indigenous person, and let's go to drink ayahuasca, I think, oh my gosh, be careful. Because I think there is a ritual behind, there is a traditional context. It's not something, let's go and drink and get high.
This is very important that you are saying. First, a lot of these, especially if we are talking about mushrooms, what they will do is they will work in a specific area of your brain. That's why I asked if you felt that it dropped your sense of self. For some people, you really lose track of time. And you have this feeling that, for example, some people will say, I felt like I was ocean, like there was no separation between me and the rest of the world. So it's not something that you do, that you take and go to a party. You will have some people who have hallucinations and stuff like that. And it's context dependent. So, for example, if the person drinks and go, to a rave, you could see like Fred Krueger and Samara close to you. It would be a very bad trip,
Yes.
If you are in a bad moment of your life, you are depressed or anxious, it will enhance those. You have like a panic attack.
Yes.
That's why the music, the community sense, you are in a safe zone, you are protected, everything matters there. So guys, don't do this by yourself. It will be.
Yes, be careful.
Yeah, it will be bad.
Careful. I think it's. I agree with that.
But it was interesting, and you follow them in a hunt too, right?
Yes. One day they let me go with them.
Okay.
One day they let me go with them, and then I saw them hunting, and I remember they walked very fast. very fast.
And it was like in the middle of the jungle?
In the middle of the jungle, and then I had to go, and then at some point, someone said to me, be quiet. And then we stayed there for like 10 minutes looking a bird there. He was on the top of a tree.
They use like a bow and arrow?
Yes.
Okay.
And then they used this, and then I saw the bird come. And then we ate the bird because, I was in an isolated situation. You don't have anything to eat.
I was not judging there. I would be the first in line to say, okay, thank you for having me in this hunty party.
And
can I have the leg?
Interesting because, you see the food, you see the animals in a way that...
A lot of respect there too, right?
Respect. Exactly. And then you see the birds unfortunately dying. And some people, when they have this experience, they think, I'm not gonna eat this anymore. But you have to.
When you have
you are hungry.
No, wait. Damn, my handwriting is terrible. The quichão?
I'm sorry?
The hot dog is quichão? Quicão. When you have a quicão, I don't know if you know, but the sausage,
yes,
or the wiener, it's made of animals, unless it's one of those vegetarian ones, but so, but this one, I guess, is another thing that their sense of unity with everything is also related, because the animal is giving them, nourishment, and one day they will eat, they will die, and then they will, I don't know, they bury like their people. So the earth will, everything's
it's
connected.
A cycle.
Exactly, So it's very interesting. It's a nice way to see. Would you stay another month in one of these places?
Totally.
Yeah?
Totally. I really wanna go back. I wanna do another field. That's the way we call field, and it's a good experience because when you work with a language, I think it's important for you to meet the people, to know who is saying this, who is saying that, give them names, because sometimes linguistic area, the people don't see who are the community, and then I think it's very important. So for me, it was a very good experience. I think I'll try again.
No, it sounds fascinating. Unfortunately, I'm looking here. We are running out of time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I told you time flies here.
Oh my god, time flies through.
Yeah. Now it was getting interesting. No, I'm joking. This is fascinating. I guess the biggest lesson that I can take here is like, be open to learn, because we have this arrogant thought or way of seeing that, my culture is superior. Actually, it's just, if you were born in another place in the world, probably your culture would be different. You would think the same way about that. So, and we can learn a lot, right, about that. So final question to you. People that are interested in learning more about your work, about this, or where is a good source they could learn more about the original people in Brazil, the indigenous people here? Where could they go, or where could they search?
Okay, so to get to know about more the dictionaries and learn more words, and you can go to this website. I think, can you put there later? I think it's the Museu Guild. The Museu Guild. It's a good website for you to visit. And there is a course from Professor Navarro from USP. He works with Tupi language. And I remember that he has a course, is on YouTube, and then you can start there. Cool. Yes, studying, and to initiate a contact with the indigenous language.
Nice.
I think.
Thank you so much. Time flew here, you know. Yeah, and final message to everybody watching us.
So guys, I think I hope I open, get you out of the box to think about how important indigenous languages are, and please search more about it. I think it's gonna be good for you, because many languages in Brazil, many words actually, they came from Tupi language especially, and then it's good for you, because when you understand a language, you understand your own history, in the case in Brazil, history. So, and don't forget to think about the communicate, because we were talking about the indigenous people who try to speak Portuguese, to communicate. So it's good, think about the communication in any language. This is the main point, I think.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, create genuine human connections there. And guys, don't forget, what I'm gonna say, right? Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, Don't forget, this episode is going to be on Spotify tomorrow, and hope to see you next week, same time, on our next episode of Talking Times. Bye bye, guys.